Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we have a big topic of discussion. It's the great debate amongst Halloween fans and horror fans in general whenever you're talking about the Halloween franchise. It's a subject where people either love it or they hate it, but it always gets talked about. So, curious to what you guys think about this. So definitely leave your opinions in the comments below and we'll have a conversation. So I'm going to give you my opinions and thoughts on it. And, yeah, you guys can return the favor. It should be interesting. So, it's something that was introduced, of course, in the original Halloween 2 from 1981. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. And that is the brother-sister angle, yeah. It was introduced in Halloween 2 from 1981. And that was the fact that Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister, yes. And we find out that that's the reason Michael Myers is so fixated on Laurie Strode in the original film from 1978, which obviously Halloween 2 continues the events from the original Halloween. It takes place on the same night as the original Halloween. So yeah, my thoughts about it are, I love it. So I'm one of the people that loves it, you know? And I'll tell you why. Was it completely necessary to the franchise or to this film? No. But to me, it's just a great twist. It's one of those classic twists that you see in horror films that just is there for shock value. And it provides that. It's shocking, you know? You can't tell me that that was not shocking to see, to find out that, ooh, wow, Michael is Laurie's brother? What? You know, you can't tell me that wasn't a great twist, you know? And it's just the scene, you know, the major scene where it's, where the plot thickens, you know? That one scene in the sheriff's car where, you know, Dr. Loomis is talking with Marion Chambers, Nurse Marion Chambers, and she's the one that introduced that plot twist, you know. And it's a great scene. It's one of my favorite scenes in the film, in the franchise. It's very ominous, and it's very well done and well portrayed by the actors, you know. And they don't beat you over the head with it throughout the movie either. It's just two scenes, really. It's that major scene, and then it's a scene earlier on in the film where Laurie's kind of having this dream. She's, you know, she's under heavy sedation throughout the movie, but she has this dream sequence with, you know, the blood dripping in the background, and then there's these scenes of Laurie going to the mental institute to visit Michael Myers, and we see young Michael Myers as a child, you know, staring at the wall, looking past the wall. But when Laurie comes in the room, he turns around and looks at, gives her this cold, blank stare, this blank look, you know. And I love it. I love that. And then the scene with Dr. Loomis and Marion Chambers, I love that, you know. It's like, it's not, she's like, it's not fair, they should have told you, they should have showed you everything. He's like, what? I've seen everything. And she's like, that Strode girl, that's Michael Myers' sister. You know? Years ago, the records were sealed from the courts to protect the Strode family, you know. And people always say, how come Dr. Loomis didn't know? Well, the records were sealed by the courts, so that's, you know, the reason why Dr. Loomis doesn't know. He's like, what file, you know? And, you know, it's like, really, you didn't You thought that information shouldn't have been made known to Dr. Loomis? But at any rate, I digress. It's just a great twist, and I feel like it was something that added to the story. And once you get into sequels, you have to add something to the story, you know? You have to add something. I feel like this was a great way to add something new to the lore of the franchise. And it's a major part of the franchise from then on, you know. 4, 5, and 6, you know, and H2O, you know, they all play off of that, you know. And I feel like it's handled mostly pretty well throughout the franchise. I don't really have too many issues with the way they handle, especially in H2O. I think it's very well done. And without that storyline, would H2O have been as good, you know? And I also feel like Halloween from 2018 would have been better if they used that plot device, you know. Well, that's just a matter of opinion, you know. And that's what this is. This is all a matter of opinion. And I'll say it again. Was it necessary? No. But to me, it's just a nice, good, shocking twist that they're like, oh, you know. And I find it similar to, like, Empire Strikes Back, the big twist, you know, that Luke Skywalker is Darth Vader's son, you know. Was that completely necessary to the Star Wars franchise? No. To me, it isn't. Empire Strikes Back would have been a great movie without that. But it just is a great shocker, you know. Ooh, whoa, you know. And it's gone on to become one of the greatest moments in the history of movies, you know. And I feel like that's the similar thing when it comes to the Halloween franchise. It was a great moment. It was a great shocker, and it's something that was memorable. You can't tell me that that scene is not memorable and that plot twist is not memorable. It's very memorable. And it's something that really stands out in the franchise, whether you like it or not, you know. But I happen to love it. I just think it's a great twist, and I like the way it was handled. And people say that it was kind of shoehorned in there, that it was, you know, it's just those 2 little scenes there, you know, that they just kind of shoehorned in. But I don't think so. I think that once it's introduced, they don't need to beat you over the head with it. You know that it's there, and you know that that's why Michael is continuing to chase Laurie Strode throughout the movie, you know, up to that fiery conclusion. And then it's kind of introduced there a little bit once again when Laurie says Michael, and he kind of does that, you know, the head tilt thing, and it's there in the back of your mind. They don't have to beat you over the head with it, and I kind of like that, you know. It's kind of subtle. I love it. So what do you guys think? What's your opinion? Do you think it was necessary? Do you like the plot twist? Do you think it was a great shocker, or was it just put there for shock value and nothing else? Was it shoehorned in there? How do you feel about the great debate of the brother-sister angle in the Halloween franchise? Give me your thoughts in the comments below, and let's talk about it. And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. Folks, don't forget to grab your Sean Patrick Erschen gear and represent the Horror Corner. Also, check out these awesome mugs we have, perfect for your coffee. And definitely check out the Horror Hangout live stream t-shirt and represent the legacy of the Horror Hangout. Check out the link in the description below this video.